Hello, guys, and welcome back to once again another live stream here on the Formula Racing League YouTube channel. Today, it is not on the VB Thomas platform as it is going to be, on this YouTube channel. So, it is going to be Azerbaijan today with season 6, round 5 of their season 6 calendar. Well, what can I say, right? So, I mean, Azerbaijan always a difficult track, but we're going to analyze what happened last week. We're going to analyze the track and predict a little strategy of what the guys can do. So let's go straight into it. Welcome, Aussie. Welcome in the chat. Hope you're having an amazing evening as we're going to be talking about previous race right now. It was France. It was a little bit chaos, but we saw some good overtakes during the whole race where the Rudiger ended up being P1, Muller being P2, and then we had Wazowski dropping because of a couple of penalties, ended up in P3 at the end of that race. So not a bad race we saw there. It was my first race on the FRL channel. So make sure to check that one out if you don't want to miss anything of this season 6 series. So let's go straight into the track information as we will be racing on the Baku City circuit today. Ooh, 4:30. That is awful. I I assume you're from Australia. Well, looking at your name, Aussie. So Aussie is abbreviation for Australian. I think I'm not 100% sure. I'm not from there, so I can't say for sure. But Azerbaijan. The country, well, of course, if it's in Azerbaijan, the country is going to be Azerbaijan. So, quite obvious, the country is going to be Azerbaijan. Population of 10 million, which is not that very high. So, looking at looking at a country like Azerbaijan with such few population, having a track is quite interesting. But then you've got Monaco with maybe like 50,000 people or 50,000 inhabitants having a race too. So I mean, well, yeah. Well, Belgium also has 11 million, so it's like quite similar. But yeah, Azerbaijan is a really popular country in the racing world. So yeah, there we go. Azerbaijan Baku City Circuit. First Grand Prix ever held in 2016, and since then we have never seen anyone win this Grand Prix more than one time. We had Ricciardo, we had Bottas, we had Hamilton, we had Perez, and we had Max Verstappen last year. So yeah, that makes it 5 winners, right? The quality record is going to be a 140.4, and the lap record is going to be around a 143.0. Track layout looks a little bit different than all the other tracks, as I think you've got the longest straight on the circuit here. It is a little bit of the longest straight of the calendar, but I'm not 100% sure because China is also very long. Well, it doesn't really matter. So we've got a full qualifying with a 50% race afterwards, as it is going to be 26 laps in total. Best overtaking opportunities to happen in turn 1, turn 3, turn 5, and sector 3 straight. Circuit length is going to be 6 kilometers, and the race distance will be around 156 kilometers. So yeah, these corners are really difficult to make an overtake work. The only option which I think is able to make a safe, I'm saying safe overtake is on the long straight in sector 3. You know, turn 1, it's a tight corner. Turn 3 is a tight corner. Turn 5 is a tight corner. And everywhere else, you're not able to make an overtake work. So I don't suggest making an overtake anywhere else than on the long straight. But of course, if you like to have some adrenaline during your racing, just go for it. You can even make a move through the castle section if you want to, but I'm not 100% sure if you're going to make it clean. So, strategy prediction wise, high tire overheating probability. Bro, my English is nowhere to be found today. High tire overheating probability, high tire degradation rate, which makes an obvious strategy prediction, either a medium hard or a hard medium strategy. You can go for a medium hard and end the race on the softs when there is a late safety car. Soft hard is not a prediction I made, but I had to make 4 on the screen. Well, I can make 3 too, but then it looks a little bit weird. So prediction wise, we've got not so many people in the lobby. It's about 14, 15 people. It's a difficult one. I'm going with the Rudiger for P1 again. He's just so fast today. Not today only, but like in the whole series of this season. He is in P1 in the championship, so I don't expect anything else from him. I think Valmo in P2. Where's the other guy? What was his name again? Wazowski. Where's Wazowski? Ah, come on. He was pretty fast. He was able to keep up with the pace of the Rudiger and Muller up. So I'm going with Muller up for P3. 3 safety cars. Biggest winner is going to be Sausage Joe. I think he's going to have not so good of a qualifying, but he manages to do well in the race every time. So yeah, Sausage Joe, biggest winner of the evening. Biggest loser of the evening might be going to Ricky Republic. He is gonna have a good qualifying, but not so good of a race. So I'm not 100% sure if he's consistent or not, but doesn't really matter, right? Let's go straight into the qualifying, as we already missed a little bit of the qualifying. But I mean, it is a full qualifying, and there is not more than 15 people. So we will not be seeing anyone getting dropped out, as the lobby is a little bit glitched, because as you can see from P11 to P13, P12 is missing there. So, and guys, by the way, if you want to make sure to watch some more videos of this, make sure to follow my channel, which is Phoebe Thomas SS. It's on Twitch or on YouTube. On YouTube, I don't really post that much on YouTube. Well, I post my races, but I'm not really live on YouTube, so doesn't really matter. Just follow my Twitch if you can. It's VB Thomas SS. And I post daily videos on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and I used to be doing it on Sundays, but I switched over to the Formula Racing League channel, which I am live on today. Make sure to drop your predictions in the chat too. Who do you think is going to get the full qualifying win, well, pole, or who is going to win the actual race, or your top 3, you know? Or who do you like most? I mean, whatever you want to drop in the chat. the more interaction, the better. Because, you know, a full qualifying is not always something I like to see going into a race. But, I mean, whenever they decide to, they decide to. But, you know, on full qualifying, you know, here, we see 2 people on track right now. They're not on a fast lap, as I don't think Sean is on a fast lap, is he? He's in sector 3. He might be on a fast lap though. Not 100% sure. But, you know, going into a qualifying, you've got Q1. There's not real of an excitement, because nobody is going to drop out. Nobody is really putting their best times on the board. And nobody is really taking any risks. So what am I here to talk about, you know? Of course, we're going to have Maddie come across the line with a 150.7, which is not a great lap. If you ask me, Kaval is retired from the session. Sausage isn't doing qualifying. Ooh. Any reason for that, Sport? Please let me know. Does he have a qualifying ban? Might be. Or Sausage just does. He's gonna do last to first. So that makes my biggest winner of the evening true. Well, come true, hopefully. Well, prediction. Something like that. I'm just putting words combined. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Maddie is on another lap, and I want to see if he's going to be able to improve here during this Q1 qualifying, because, I mean, he doesn't have to take any risk. You know, going into the castle section, you can go through there, chilly willy, all that stuff. You know, he's not going full throttle either, so that shows that he's not really putting any effort in this qualifying lap. Which he shouldn't, you know. He doesn't have any ERS left, because that little light at the back of this car is pinging. Blinking. Sorry, I was using a Belgian word. Pinging. He wants to watch MotoGP. Is it actually something like MotoGP? Do people actually watch that? I know one guy, Valentino Rossi, but I don't know if he's still in the MotoGP. I know my brother hated him. Or if it was not Was it Valentino Rossi? Who is the other guy? His main rival. He's like a little bit older. Is it Valentino? I'm gonna look that up real quick. Let me have a take look. Well, let me have a quick look. MotoGP. It is something with orange, I think. Let me have a quick look. There we go. Who the fuck are all these guys? I don't know any of these. There's not anyone familiar to me, of course. There's only 20 rounds, so... I mean, 20 laps, so that's not too much. So this is gonna be qualifying over. Is it gonna be qualifying over? I'm not 100% sure. There's still 5 minutes in the board on the board, but nobody is gonna get dropped out. So Sausage Joe, if he listens, please, please retire from the session, as that will give Sean a little bit of a boost to also retire from the session. Because I know, I mean, oh, wait, maybe he's not gonna retire to hopefully make the end of the MotoGP. Because right now he still has 5 minutes extra added to his watch time. But yeah, like this, it's not really interesting either for the watcher, right? You can, like, I'm gonna make it a quick podcast. Hello, guys. My name is Phoebe Thomas, and well, I can do this little. You know, guys, I'm gonna make a podcast, by the way, about racing and just F1 in general. Not really F1, but like I'm gonna have guests over and talk about their first racing experience on the F1 game. Let them do a little no assist lap, and yeah, that is it's summarized. But I need someone to do like a voiceover, like "Welcome here to the whatever my podcast name is gonna be show, hosted by VB Thomas." Today we have got the guest, Belton Matt, on 31078 Radio TV. Oh my days. Guys, I should never be a presentator of like, I don't know, like a radio station or something. That would be funny. You know, if I've got it on screen, I would be able to say it like with the deep voice and all that stuff, but I don't think it's gonna be happening today. As my voice is a little bit sore, no idea why. Might be because of the hot weather again, and like the switch between cold and hot. Previously, a couple of days ago, it was like 5 degrees, 10 degrees, and right now, yesterday it was 20 degrees. Like I was sweating my ass off. You know, guys, I need to rub paper on wood, whatever it's called, like shrubbing. Shrubbing. Oh my days, that's a made up word, guys. Probably you guys will know what I mean, but like it's with like paper on wood to make it like very smoothly. And yesterday I was doing this, but I'm doing it in a is it a tent? It's probably a tent, right? Like a big plastic, like a house, but not really a house. It's from plastic and all that stuff. Not really a garden house or like a greenhouse, because that's what we are making with the rubbing of the wood, right? But my days, I was rubbing wood for like 4 hours in a bloody tent, and the tent was like almost 30 degrees, you know. It was fucking hot. Sausage Joe coming into the pit lane again. Pretty interesting, as he might is going to retire. Pretty sure he is. There we go. Going into qualifying 2, we are going to be seeing everyone on the grid again. But yeah, where was I going with my story again? I think it was... Oh, yeah, right. So it was like 30 degrees in that tent. For the American watchers, that's about 80 Fahrenheit? Right. Around 80 Fahrenheit. Might be a little bit higher or a little bit lower. Wait, maybe it's 85. Because when I was in the United States, 94 was like 40 degrees. 30 Celsius to Fahrenheit. 86 Fahrenheit. That is crazy. But yeah, it was 86 Fahrenheit, and bro, I was rubbing and I was sweating all. Well, you guys probably don't need any details, but bro, it was so hot, and like that probably makes my throat a little bit sore, because going from a cold to a wet to a hot season, it's always difficult for me. No idea why. Also because there's like Poles, not I don't know what the name is. Not Polish people, but Poles, like the things that are coming from the leaves. It makes my throat sore too, because I've got like a pole disease. What the fuck is the name? Wait, I'm gonna search it up. Poles? Pollen. Pollen? Hay fever. Hay fever. That is the correct name there. Ah, guys, for everyone who is like interested in MLB, probably no one. Like my favorite team is the Angels, right? Which you probably saw at my cap during the beginning of the show. Well, the show, I mean the race, whatever you want to call it. It's a show, always with me in the commentary. But I'm a big Angels fan, right? They have been doing absolutely utter shit, and I'm getting frustrated because of it. You know, when you're supporting a favorite football team, or like who is a what is a good football team which is doing absolutely dog shit right now? Liverpool? I don't know actually. Wait, I'm gonna search the Premier League. Premier League. There we go. All right, which is a good team? Man United won 0-2 from Forest. Arsenal lost. Well, draw. Oh no, it's Manchester City. Hold up. Standings. Oh my days. Yeah, Liverpool is doing bad. They're 8 in the standings. So let's say Liverpool or Chelsea. Both of them are like pretty good teams, but they're doing shit in the standings, and that might make you frustrated. Well, the Angels make me frustrated. They have been. Oh my days. Famo, I thought he was going to crash there. Coming out of that corner, he was looking a little bit slimy. Slimsy? Clumsy? Clumsy. That was it. But yeah, I mean, it makes me frustrated, and like last season they were shit too. Don't don't talk about their performances, but you know, this season they've got some good signings. But the bullpen is so bad. It's like the guys who throw the balls at the guys who are batting. Oh, it makes me frustrated, guys. But let's get straight into this qualifying too, as it is going to be Vamos starting his lap first. Hopefully able to put himself in the top 3, you know, makes your qualifying look a little bit better when you're able to qualify in the top 3, because, you know, if you're in the top 3 in the Q2 already, it makes you give a little bit of a boost going into Q3. And you will be able to have a little bit of, like, less anxiety, you know, and where you're P12 or something. No, P12 is not even possible. Let's say P9 or something. Where you're P9 in a Q2, you will have to put the pressure on during Q3, and I think some people are not able to do that, and it makes you spin, and then that way you're gonna be all the way at the bottom. And we're seeing Vamo getting the fastest first sector. He's got Ricky Republic right behind him, and he was not able to beat that top sector 1 qualifying. Well, sector 1 sector. So I think we might be able to see a good qualifying here for Vamo. Ooh, coming around that corner, he went a little bit too deep, and I think it was a little bit like, should I close down the corner again, or should I go a little bit wider? And he took the wider decision, makes him spin. Well, what am I saying, guys? Oh my days, my English is... It makes him like go a little bit deeper into the corner, which caused him to invalidate his lap. And I think he's gonna go again, although I'm not 100% sure if he has enough of ERS for that. He might not have enough. Coming into this corner, he's got like 60, 55. So let's have a quick look here. Because Azerbaijan, like, you can get a lot of time off your lap when going into a qualifying and you don't have ERS. And I think this is a wise decision from Vamo. I know he's going to be able to get into that top 10 any time, any day, whenever he's got a good qualifying lap, you know. He probably is around top 3 pace of this Super Sunday Div 1 team, well, grid, whatever you want to call it. And I think his main rivals are like Molrap, we've got the Rudiger. All of these guys are like main rivals from Vamo. And you know, one lap, he doesn't even have to push to be able to get into the top 10, because the grid is... It's a grid... I don't know. It has a big margin pace-wise. You know, we've got Maddie, who is not always the fastest in qualifying, or Kavalis. Drivers like that are making it a higher probability that the fast guys are able to qualify in the top 10 with only one lap. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to get into detail there because, I mean, it's still possible that Famo is not going to be able to get into the top 10. You never know. Whenever he spins into a corner, that's qualifying over for you as he comes out again out of the pit lane, of course, as he finds himself in sector 1 at the moment. But we are looking at Gandhi here. Gandhi flip-flops, goes into the wall, and loses a bit of his front wing there, so he'll have to watch out for the guys who come behind. There's no one close, so he doesn't have to worry too much. As we're seeing that Mollerup is putting a 140.8. But I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to do a little bit of his time there. As we've got Ricky Republic with a 139.8 in P1. We need to have a quick look at the Rudiger. Because the Rudiger, he was not able to put another lap in. Because, I mean, he doesn't have a time, right? And he's going to try and go for another one. Not 100% sure if he has enough ERS. It does seem like it. So that indicates that he invalidated his lap quite early during his previous lap. He needs to watch out for that Williams driver right in front of him. Which might not leave too much room for him to get past. It was pretty close. But he has the fastest first sector here. Coming into the castle section. He has to watch out though. Because when you've got that fastest first sector, you want to carry enough speed into sector 2 to be able to get a fastest sector 2 too. And that way, I mean, going into the castle section, which is sector 2 mainly, where you can get a lot of time in sector 2, of course, you're gonna be pushing too much. You know, you've got that adrenaline from getting the notification that you've got the fastest first sector. And we almost saw him spin actually there through the castle section. I mean, it was pretty close to the wall there, and I think coming into sector 3, he had the same sort of ID, you know. He touched a little bit of the wall on the outside there in turn. I'm not 100% sure what turn that is. I'm gonna have a quick look. I think it's turn 16, but I'm not 100% sure. As the Rudiger comes across the line to set a 141.3, so he might have lost a lot of time in sector 2 there, almost touching the wall, although he had the fastest second sector, but that might be a little bit of a glitch again. As I say this every week, like, it's always a glitch from the game in sector 2. For some reason, it always shows that you've got the fastest second sector. We're gonna be seeing the same from Cavalis here. Watch out. Oh no, it was not 16, it was 15. Here we go. Ooh, oh. It seems like this is really a corner where a lot of people are crashing, you know. We've got Gandhi's flip-flops, we've got Cavalis, and we almost had the Rudiger crashing out in turn 15. Oh no, it might have been 16. No, it's 15, it's 15. Yeah, it's 15. It's still in sector 2, so. This is 16, and then you've got 17, 18, 19, and then going into the long straight, which this is going to be 20. And then you've got turn 1 again. So Cavalis probably coming into the pits with that broken front wing. As we've got Vamo coming across the line with a 140.0. And I mean, I'm gonna say something, right? These guys are pretty fast. Like, they're extremely fast. But in comparison with the F1 Power Grid, which I'm also commentating on, they're 2 seconds slower. These guys, compared to the F1 Power Grid, they're putting 137s on the board. Which is crazy to think about, you know? A whole division which is faster than a whole other division. Like, everyone was in the top in the top 10, everyone was in 137s, 138s. These guys are barely getting in the 139s. You know, the only guy who is in the 139 at the moment is Ricky Republic. But I'm pretty sure, I mean, it's still Q2, right? So I'm pretty sure these guys are going to be pushing in Q3. Because we're seeing someone there. Yeah. I have no idea who that was. Let me have a quick look. Who was that? Ferrari. Was it the Ferrari? I think it was a Ferrari. He went into the... No idea what that's called, actually. Let me have a quick look. Specky Cabbage there? No, it was Dom. Oh, we missed it. Alright, doesn't really matter, but Palmer, we went just straight. Wanted to leave some room for... Who was it? I think it was a Williams. It might have been Sean there. Or Maddie. Might have been Maddie. Maddie was coming across the line in a couple of seconds. Look. Did you see that at the right bottom? It was showing fastest second sector, right? Coming across the line, Maddie is going to be 2 seconds or 3 seconds slower. Take a look. No, 6 tenths slower. Not too bad for the Williams driver. So, I mean, I might have underestimated him. Coming into this qualifying, he has put the 4th fastest lap on the board with a 140.5. So he's pretty close to Don too. Don was actually stepping up from last week, which we don't think I saw a good, well, I don't think I saw a good result from him last week. Today it doesn't seem too bad for the AlphaTauri driver, as we're not gonna have Sausage Joe in the top 10. Unfortunately, as he's currently watching the MotoGP. It's unfortunate, you know, you're gonna dedicate your 1.5 hour racing, 2 hour racing into a race, you know, and you're gonna be starting last, which is quite of a challenge, like a fun challenge, but you're not scoring any points actually. As you can see on the left side of your screen, we've got Sausage Joe in P3 in the standings, and he, you know, if you put some effort into the qualifying, you're gonna have a little bit of an advantage coming into the race. But right now, starting from P14, he is not gonna be getting good points. I mean, it could be with a couple of safety cars and a good strategy. As Molara puts himself in P1 with a 139.6. Not too bad actually, as we've got an AlphaTauri driver there, and that might be Specky Cabbage, who still has gone for a night lap. He's a little bit scared of what Gandhi and, well, the only guy who... No, actually, Specky Cabbage is going to be able to qualify, well, in the top 10. Because the only driver who's going to be able to beat his time... Oh, Cavalis too. And Sean too, because he's gone for a night lap too. Alright. Respectful decision by the AlphaTauri driver. But I don't see 3 people out-qualify him. You know, Gandhi, who has to improve by 7 seconds. Then TTG Sean, who has to improve by 7 tenths. And also Cavalis, who has to find 3 tenths somewhere on this track. As they're all on an out lap right now, so they might be able to do... it's going to be 1 lap only. Well, we saw some interesting races already on the Baku City circuit. We had actually a whole week filled with Azerbaijan Grand Prix. You know, we had on Tuesdays. Well, on Tuesday we had Azerbaijan. On Wednesday we had Azerbaijan. Then on Thursday we had Azerbaijan. Fucking boring. Super boring for me and for the watchers. As I probably always have the same viewers, you know. On my channel, you're probably all the same. As they're following me, of course. And then, I mean... whatever you want to call it, but you know, everyone was watching 3 races of Azerbaijan, all chaos, all being absolute utter chaos. And yeah, it was not a fun week, but of course we had FRL. No, I'm not 100% sure if I did a race there. It might have not been a race there. Not 100% sure. I think it was like Abu Dhabi or something. I'm like pretty certain it was Abu Dhabi, but Specky Cabbage puts himself in P7 right now. And Marcel, the Rudiger. The Rudiger with a P8. And if Marcel and Cavalis, or Marcel and TTG Sean, or Cavalis and Sean are gonna be... No, it has to be 3 people, right? Yeah, it has to be 3 people. So 3 people have to beat the Rudiger's lap. For the Rudiger not to be in the top 10 to be able to make Q3. It seems like there is a yellow flag, and that might be a Williams driver. Might be, yeah, it's gonna be Sean. Because there is no other Williams driver on track right now. Specky Cabbage, he has gone for that lap already. We're gonna be focusing on the Rudiger right now. We want to have a quick look if he has the fastest second sector. Probably he has. because the game is always going to show that he has. I'm going to put the lab telemetry on there. Well, the lab data. Ooh, that was very risky there from the Rudiger. Coming across the line, he is improving by 1.9 seconds. He might be up for the fastest lap here. He might be up for a very good lap. He's cutting every corner to the last couple of inches, which he's able to do. And across the line, is he gonna have a good time? He has some ERS spare. He's gonna have a 139.1, which is a 2.2 second improvement for the Haas driver. That is gonna be a decent lap from the Rudiger. So the only guy who's gonna be dropping out right now is Cavallis, and of course Sausage Joe. Cavallis, he just has been dropped out of the qualifying as TTG Sean came across the line to improve by a couple of seconds. I think it was 1.9 seconds of an improvement, as Cavallis is trailing by 1.4 seconds. So he had a little bit more time to gain during the actual race, during the actual qualifying, which he was not able to find, as this is going to be your Q2 qualifying. So let's get straight into Q3, because I hope it won't take too long for the guys to come into the pits. And the Angels lost once again. It was 1-2. So it is once again going to be a frustrating night for the Angels and a frustrating night for VB Thomas, as I'm going to be shutting down the stream. No, I'm kidding, guys. I would never do that. I would never do that. So coming into this Q3 qualifying, this is going to be your results of last qualifying. The Rudiger in P1, Mollerup in P2, and then we've got the Slovakian? Yeah, it is the Slovakian driver, Ricky Republic, in P3. Famo as Argentinian. Then we've got Gandhi. I'm not 100% sure if that's Miami or if that's India. Oh, wait. It might be Niger. Might be Niger. Yeah. By the way, guys, before you add me, Niger is a country. Don't say I'm racist. Niger is a country. And if you don't believe me, I'm even going to search that up. Because you will see similarities in the flag. Oh, wait. Here we go. Oh, no, it's with orange in the middle. All right. I thought it was with blue, but it might be the... Here we go. Right. Oh, it's not. Look, this is the Niger flag. So don't add me. I'm not racist. All right. So we're going straight into the Q3 qualifying. I'm not too sure what to expect here. It's not raining, which is always great, and it's not really a chaotic qualifying. You know, sometimes we're seeing a chaotic qualifying when everyone is going on to the track very last minute, and then it's like a big pile of cars on track. But today it doesn't seem like that. Maybe in Q3, because there's not many people in Q2 that were getting out qualified, because we had Lozozen, we had Sport, and we had Sausage Joe, who were all not going to be doing a lap. So I mean, that's 3 people who are not going to be doing a lap, of course, and then you had only TCG Sean, who was gonna do a lap. So I mean, he was the only one who really had to push, and at least like 5-6 people in the pit lane still. Plus the guys who were not doing a qualifying in the first place. I hope you all have an amazing evening here. This is Formula Racing League season 6 round 5, with, I mean, a pretty interesting track. You know, it's like Azerbaijan, always an interesting track. Plus chaos, you know, and like the frustrating thing on Azerbaijan, right? There's not a lot of moves to be made. So I mean, talking to myself is like pretty depressing, because there's no one in the chat who is even talking. I mean, no, there's not a a rule that says you need to be talking in chat, but like, it would be nice for me. Last week we had Niall in the comms box. I might be able to get him in though. Oh, I might be able to get him in. That might have been... Ooh, that might be a little bit interesting. I'm gonna DM him real quick. Because you know, it's always interesting, a little bit more interesting to hear a different voice, you know? And now we wait for a response, as there is already a couple of guys on track right now, which Ricky Republic is going to be the first one to hopefully set a good lap here in round 5. You know, Q3, always chaos. Always, everyone wants to get out of the pits at the very last moment. And I'm pretty sure a lot of guys are going to be doing that. You know, whenever you're in P2, P3, you want to get that P1 very last minute. Because then the track is going to be the hottest or the most heated. And that makes your car, you win a couple of hundreds due to that. I'm not going to say you win tens. That is not going to be the case. But 100s, 200s, maybe even 300s might be able to be gained from a late qualifying session. I think either Mollerup or Ricky Republic are going to be the first one coming across the line. And it might be Mollerup first, but he has invalidated, so he's not going to be the first one. Well, he is going to be the first one coming across the line, but he's not going to set a time, unfortunately. Now, Ricky Republic here, a 139.6 is going to be an alright time, but not too well, as we saw a 139.1 from the Rudiger earlier, and we're seeing Vamo with a 139.4 at the moment. Maddie Robbo also on a lap, coming into the last sector. He might be able to get a good time on the board here. Takes an interesting line throughout the last corner to be able to gain a couple of tens here, or like thousands on the main straight. Then chooses to go for an outside line again. I don't think he was putting up a good lap. A 141.3. He might be up for another one, but he doesn't have the ERS to work with. So we will not be seeing an improvement for Maddie, from Maddie next lap. As the Rudiger is going to start his lap here. Still 6.5 minutes to go in the qualifying. So if he's able to put a lap on the board, he might be able to complete one after that still. I wonder when the MotoGP is going to be finished, you know? It's 20 laps, so how long can it take, right? Is a moto actually faster than a Formula 1 car? It might be. I'm gonna have a quick look. How long do the guys take? Where is it actually? MotoGP? It might be somewhere in like Italy or something. It is on the Circuit of the Americas. I didn't know they did the race there too. But they're at round 20 of the... Well, lap 20 out of 20. And it seems like Rins is going to be the first one. The guy who was in P1 DNF'd Bagnaia. I'm gonna Google Valentino Rossi real quick. Here we go. Valentino Rossi. Oh, this might be the guy that he liked because he's Italian. Yeah, but who was the other guy? He won the championship 2 or 3 years ago. MotoGP champions. Here we go. All right. So, list of 500cc or MotoGP champions. We have got all the way at the bottom. Marquez. It might be Marquez. It might indeed Marquez. Yes, I think it was Marquez. He didn't like him too much. But now it seems like Bagnaia is a good guy. He's in P1. As we were seeing the Rudiger in P1, I was actually not putting any attention to the race here. Well, to the qualifying, but 139.0. Not too bad of a lap himself, as he is 4 tenths in front of Vamo. Vamo was a pretty fast guy, but I wonder what Mollerup is going to be able to do. He is in the castle section at the moment. Oh, this was the corner where he took a track invalidation earlier, and it seemed like he was going to do the same here. But he was right on time there, right a couple of inches away from invalidating. So nothing too serious. Well, nothing too severe. That is the word I was searching. But he has, well, he has the F122 game fastest lap, well, fastest second sector. But I'm not too sure if that is going to be a real fastest second sector, as he's coming across the line in a couple of seconds, takes the outside line, and he might be going for another one, but he doesn't have the ERS. Puts himself in P2, 1.5 tenths trailing on the Rudiger, and he will probably not have enough time to still come in the pits. So this might be a P2 that is still, well, a provisional P2. I'm not too sure if he's going to be able to set another time here, so he might have to wait for all the other guys to come across the line and set another lap. I'm pretty sure Specky Cabbage was on a lap as he invalidated, but he's going to go for another one. He might be coming into the pits right to set that last minute. Fresh tires on his car. It's not going to be on time though. A lap takes 1 minute 40. Like putting the tires on takes longer than 1 minute, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but welcome Shukriye in the Suhodoli. In the Suhodoli. What am I saying? In the chat. Hope you're having an amazing evening. Hope you're not still in bed, because I saw you being in bed earlier. Well, being in bed. That is a weird phrase. Laying in bed. That was it. And you're watching the stream today. It is gonna be season 6, round 5 of the Formula Racing League Championship of the Super Sunday Division 1. And we're racing around Azerbaijan. So, well, we saw some interesting qualifying. Oh no, Matty, Robbo. Matty has a broken front wing, and that is going to be qualifying over for Matty, because he won't have enough time to still come in the pits and put another front wing on. Because there's still 1 minute 40. That there is no time to do that. Mollerup has retired from the session. Ooh. Famo, who is on an outlap. Ricky Republic, who is on an outlap. Specky Cabbage, who is on an outlap. And these are all rivals from Mollerup in the qualifying. You're still in bed. You need to do something productive. Go play with the Playmobil. That makes your thoughts a little bit... Well, how do you say that? Like, your memory better. No, I don't know how to say it. But like, you know, people, like older people, you play games with them for their motoriek to be better. I don't know what motoriek is in English, like their system in their head a little bit better. Go play some games with your dad or something. I don't know. Go play Cluedo. You can be cheating again. Don Fortington, who is the one of the three who hasn't set a lap yet. He's gonna be doing that right now as he puts a 140.5. So actually, the top 3 is pretty close to each other. Top 4, like 6 tenths away from each other. But you've got P5, P6, P7, who are only 3 tenths separated from, well, P5 until P7. So not too bad. Marcel still has to put a lap in. So is Vamo. Is Vamo gonna put himself in P2 or maybe P1? You never know. Let's have a quick look with the lap data. He is improving by a couple of hundreds. But I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be enough to be able to get into the top 2. And you know, Sector 3 is not really a, a sector where you're gonna gain a lot of time on the guys in front or on your own time, because you know your car is not gonna be slower at some point. A 139.2, which is a 1.110 improvement, that is gonna put him in the P3 position. But Ricky Republic coming into Sector 2, he was improving by 900s. And that might not be a great indication of him, well, a good sign, him putting himself in the top 3. 4/10 of an improvement, that is going to put him in P3. That is not too bad of a lap by Ricky Republic, as I'm pretty sure he's going to have the fastest second sector. You know, 4/10 of an improvement in Sector 2. Yeah, that's going to be great for the Mercedes driver, as he will have a little bit of a tow. Well, the guy in front is like 2 or 3 seconds in front, but nothing to worry about. P2 actually for Ricky Republic, he gained a lot of time in Sector 3 there, as he is only 14 thousandths away from the Rudiger, as that is going to be your qualifying, except for Don Fortington, who still has to put... Well, he still has to come across the line. Shuki, who do you think... Well, Shukriye, I'm going to keep it formal here. Shukriye, who do you think is going to win the race? Make your prediction here. You will be seeing the standings of the qualifying here. The guy who is in P1 is going to start in P1. You have zero knowledge on F1, so I'm explaining it to you. The guy who is in P1 here is going to start in P1, and then P2 is going to start P2, all that stuff. There are safety cars and all that stuff. That's why... Oh, by the way, you know, when I was very happy that Max Verstappen won, that was because of a safety car. So a safety car can change everything. And this is going to be your qualifying, actually. So the Rudiger P1, Ricky Republic in P2, and then we've got Moller up in P3. Further, we've got Famo, Marcel, Specky, Gandhi's Flip-Flops, Sean, Don Fortington, and unfortunately, Matty Bravo in P10. I said he was going to be a little bit more disappointing in the qualifying. Well, this is a good indication. P10 is not the best. I mean, from the whole grid, like if it would be a full grid, it would be like better than the top, well, better than the half of the drivers. But there's not 20 people in the lobby, so. All right, Shukriye is going for Moller up. You know, last season I was also rooting for Moller up because he was the runner-up. And I hope, like, we had our buddy Edward Pearson who was rooting for the Rudiger, so I didn't want to root for, well, root, yeah, that was it. Root for the Rudiger too. So I had to pick someone else, and then I just picked the second one, which is Moller up. And as you can see on the left side of your screen, on the driver standings, he is also P2 right now. So, I mean, I'm not 100% sure with how many points he's trailing. You can have a quick look. He's trailing with only 10 points. So those points can be scored today, as Sausage Joe is trailing with 45 points. So for me, I mean, where's oh, Famo is not even in the... Oh wait, he has 27 points. All right, yeah, he's not going to be close up the top 10, but he might be in the top 10. He is actually in the top 10. He is in P11. No, that's not the top 10. What am I saying? He's in P11. But he might be up for a good race here too. But I'm also rooting for Moller up. You know, he is like... I'm not too sure where the Rudiger is from. He might be... I'm gonna have a quick look in the companion app. Because, you know, guys, these guys are using the companion app, which is very easy to use. So we can have a quick look at their Super Sunday division here. Tier 1. Up. If I click on the Rudiger, am I going to be seeing his... His age is 223 years old, apparently. But I'm not able to see his country where he's from, unfortunately. So we will not be able to say where he's from, but I know that Mullerup is from Denmark or Norway. One of the two, doesn't really matter. So we are going to be starting the race here in a couple of seconds. And what strategy will we be seeing? Soft, medium, medium, hard, hard, medium, hard, soft, soft, hard, hard, soft, medium, medium, hard, medium, medium, soft, medium, hard, medium, medium, soft, hard, hard, soft, medium, hard, hard, hard. No, that's not even possible. Hard, hard, medium. Do people actually have two sets of hards? Not 100% sure. Well, we will be seeing right now what strategy they will be going on, and based on their first tire, they will possibly be switching over to the other tire, as we will be having a lot of people starting on hards. And that is gonna be 12 people to be exact, as we have got 3 people on mediums right now. Famo, Sean, and Lozozen will be starting on the mediums. So they hope, well, they're hoping probably for a good first lap. And, well, you have to hope for it, you know. Starting on the mediums, you want to overtake as many people as possible. Because the better tire you're on, the better start you're going to have, the more positions you're going to gain, the better your first half of the race goes, and the better your first half of the race goes, the better your position will be at the end of the race, because you will be able to defend on the guys behind when you're on hards or on mediums. Well, possibly when you're in front, you're going to be able to to defend a little bit better than starting from the back, of course. Makes sense, right? When you're starting on the back, you've got no one to be defend on, because you will be the one attacking the field. So you will most definitely not be the medium tire runners, because they are hoping for a lot of position gains at the beginning of the race and then defend their position at the end of the race. As the guys are currently warming up their tires, and it's hard to warm up your tires on, oh my days, the Rudiger. Oh, the Rudiger warming up his tires there, and I mean, that's something to look out for during an actual race. When you're behind a safe car, you want to warm up your tires. You're gonna be doing that in a race. You are gonna be race over, or you're gonna have your race over, race done, whatever you want to call it. Chucky, are you still in the chat? I'm pretty sure you're not, but it might be. It might be. What do you think is gonna be the podium? Podium is a top 3, by the way. You're the only one who is willing to chat with me, so because this is a live stream, by the way, guys. For the guys who are watching right now, make sure to not put anything in the chat, because otherwise I won't be able to reply, of course. Yes. Yes, sir. All right. It comes a little bit with a delay, because I got the yes right now. So make sure to drop your top 3 in the chat. So we will be starting. Hopefully, I'm doing schoolwork. Ooh, schoolwork. That's very important to do, because whenever you're not doing schoolwork, you're not going to be succeeding. As we want to see the position changes here. It's 5 red lights for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix of the Formula Racing League Season 6 Round 5. It's lights out, and away we go. Someone is going into the wall already. The Rudiger, who has a good start. Ricky Republic. No, there are some incidents there already with Mullerup having a broken front wing due to Ricky Republic not leaving enough space for the Alpine driver. So it's 2 positions lost for Mullerup there, as he tried to make a move around the outside of Ricky Republic. Lozozen has already gained 4 positions, so there's a little bit chaos here. He has to watch out for not going into the back of the Aston Martin driver. Coming into turn 4, I think this is pretty close to the Aston Martin driver, as he has a good run. He is on the mediums, but it's not going to be enough for him. Sausage Joe has already made up 2 positions, 1 on the Mercedes, 1 on the Aston Martin driver. He might be looking for a new move on the Williams driver, Matty Robbo there. And it's not going to be a move anytime soon, so let's go straight back to the front, as we've got Vamo pretty close to Ricky Republic, and I think there's already been a gap forming between the Rudiger and Ricky. and a gap between Vamo and Marcel. We know that Vamo is running medium tires as he's trying to chase down the Mercedes driver anytime soon. And I mean, here in Azerbaijan, you really have to hope for a good exit coming out of turn 16 there, which we saw Vamo do pretty good. And he's gonna have a good run down the main straight here. I'm not too sure who has the fastest setup down the main straight, but it seems like that is gonna be Vamo with the use of ERS and Slipstream. He's gonna be making a move into turn 1. The Rudiger who has the fastest lap. Vamo who is gonna go back onto the racing line to make that move work on Ricky Republic. Molrup is coming into the pits. We might have seen Matty Robbo making a move there. That was very close with the wall. Matty Robbo who's getting overtaken around the outside by Specky Cabbage. Beautiful move by Specky there with Matty Robbo overshooting that corner a little bit. Now Sausage Joe has gotten some benefit out of that little incident with Matty there. Seems like Vamo is still in P2. He's getting chased by Ricky Republic, who's 5/10 away. Pavlis, who is in P9, he has not had the best race start here. I mean, he still gained 2 positions, but that's mainly because of Molrup. Made a pit stop. He's currently in P15, trailing by a couple of seconds. He's not with this group anymore, as he has to hope for a safety car. There's no other possibility. So you know there's no way you're gonna be closing an 18-second gap. And I'm pretty sure he's on hards too. No, he's on mediums. Ooh, that's pretty interesting. That is pretty interesting. These guys are running so close throughout turn 15 there. I mean, coming through that corner. I mean, I think it's turn 15. I'm not 100% sure. But running through that corner, you're really close to the wall there, and that's gonna cause some damage. Vamo now with the fastest lap. I mean, it's kind of logical, you know. He is on medium tires, and he's trying to close down the gap here between himself and the Rudiger. But Gandhi flip-flops is not too far away from Don Fortington. Don, who has gained 3 positions. Gandhi, who has actually gained a position to Specky Cabbage and to Molrup, but he has lost that position again to Sean and Fortington, which makes him still being in P7. You know, he qualified in P7. He is still in P7 and probably gaining a lot of positions still if he can keep it consistent during the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Sausage Joe only trailing by 3/10. He has gained 3 positions already, but I'm not too sure what tire he is on. He's running hards. So actually to be on hard tires, starting from P14 if I'm not mistaken, he's not doing a bad job. He's just keeping it consistent. But all these other guys are also running hard tires, so he will have to battle it out during the end of the race on mediums, as it seems like Matty Robbo once again didn't take that corner too well. As we've got Sport now making a move on the Williams driver, as that will be moved on now coming down the main straight in a couple of seconds. You've got to watch out for those couple of corners. But Matty seems to have a good run throughout this long straight, as Vamos seems to have taken the lead during the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Gandhi also has made the move on Don Fortington, but we are looking at Matty here going around the outside into turn 1. He's probably going to be outbraking the Aston Martin driver. Oh, this was a dilemma. This was a flashback from what we saw between Ricky Republic and Molrup there. But now I think in this case we did see Sport leave enough room for the Williams driver. I think it was just Matty Robbo just turning into the corner himself. Well, turning into the wall himself a little bit there. It seems like Gandhi is still in front of Don Fortington. Coming into sector 2, it is quite a difficult sector to make a move on already, as you could see during the qualifying and here, of course, because I said it. Sector 2, there's a lot of crashes to be happening here. And there's a lot of time to gain, but also a lot of time to lose. When you're battling, you know, you're going into the castle section. One is defending down the inside or the outside. That is going to be... I mean, that is not going to be a good way to battle it out during Sector 2. Have a great evening, Shukriye. I hope you're having an amazing evening, and I wish you good luck with your studying. I will see you next time. Thank you for being here, by the way. I appreciate it. Luzozan finds himself in an AlphaTauri sandwich right now, as we've got Specky Cabbage having a good run down the main straight. He will have DRS, he will have ERS, and that will be an easy move for the AlphaTauri driver. He has lost 3 positions, but he will gain 1 here on the Alfa Romeo driver. Lozozan had a quick sneak peek there, trying to make the move work, but it doesn't seem like the room was gonna be there. Gavalis, who is having a good run on Sausage Joe right now, he's gonna back out of the move, but he's gonna have the DRS here. Down this little straight, it's not gonna be enough because he's 4 tenths away, and I think coming down this straight, you will have to be within 2 tenths of the driver in front of you to be able to make a move into turn 3. Rudiger now 5 tenths trailing on Vamo. And if you compare the medium tires with the hard tires, you don't see a big of a pace gap. I mean, you probably do, but if you compare the Rudiger on hards with Vamo on mediums, you're not going to be seeing a lot of difference. You know, the Rudiger, who is really, I mean, he is really the fastest guy here during the whole season. He has been getting podiums, he has been getting race wins. I think he already has 3 race wins out of the 5 in the bag. Out of the 4, actually, he won in... You can have a quick look at the companion app. But he's gonna have a good run on Vamo here. He didn't win in Belgium. He didn't win in Japan. He won in Hungary. And he won in France. So he has 2 race wins on the board already. Marcel, who is currently in P4, a little bit of an incognito race, as he is gonna be in no man's land at the moment, as it is gonna be a safety car. So I wonder who's gonna come into the pits. Will it be one of these guys? It will be Maddie, who is going from hards to... I'm not too sure what tire he will be going on, but that might be a medium tire. Although he's not going to be able to make that until the end of the race. Kavalis is not coming into the pits. Molarap is on his medium tires. He will be going on to hard tires, I'm pretty sure. Because I think he started on hards, went on to mediums to change his front wing, and now tries to go on hards to make the end of the race work. To last the whole race, of course. And I mean, he still has a lot of positions to gain. He is in P14 at the moment. 11 positions lost. But he will be making the end of the race, and he won't be having to worry about any other pit stop anymore. Currently, Ricky Republic still trailing by a couple of tenths on the Rudiger. You also have a lot of... not too much time here between these guys. You know, you've got Don pretty close to Gandhi, Specky Cabbage pretty close to Don, and then you've got Sausage Joe pretty close to Specky, and also Lozozan. So these guys are really within 1 second of each other and trying to gain some time during this safety car situation. I mean, there's not too much time to gain because you will have to drive behind each other anyway. But I mean, it's the little things. Vamo now coming into the pits. He is on medium tires. He will be going on hard tires, as he might be able to come out of the pits behind Sport there. There's actually a lot of people coming into the pits. Probably all the medium tire runners. There's Lozozan is going from mediums to hards. Sausage Joe might be going from hards to mediums. He is indeed, but he won't be able to make that last until the end of the race. Sean has also gone for hard tires. So this safety car strategy has worked out pretty well for Vamo there, as he might be able to take the race win here if there is not going to be any other safety car later during this race. So we're going to be having a little bit of a break here before getting into the race again. So I'm going to be pausing the game real quick and we will be right back with you again. Hello everyone and welcome back to Season 6 Round 5 of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Well, today, safety car is over. I took myself a little Pepsi. You know guys, honest opinion, Coca-Cola hot is alright. Coca-Cola cold is not alright. Pepsi hot is awful. Pepsi cold is the best thing on the planet, as we will be going underway already. The Rudiger already went away as Ricky Republic got caught sleeping a little bit as he's getting chased by Marcel into turn 1. We've got Vamo being pretty close to Specky Cabbage there. TTG Sean, who is going side by side with Kavalis. He has to watch out for the outside wall there. I'm not 100% sure if he has wing damage. It doesn't seem like it, As now Sausage Joe is trying to go down the inside of Cavalis, and I'm pretty sure that has been moved on, as Cavalis is once again not running a good setup down the straight line there, as he's getting overtaken by Sport. Once again, now getting chased by Moller in P12, and I'm pretty sure Moller is going to be able to make that move happen pretty soon, as he is on fresher tires. Coming into turn 4, he's not leaving too much room. Turn 5 it is actually, my apologies. Doesn't have a good run coming through that corner, and that will be moved on by Moller. Cavalis is just gonna let him go through, because this is not the battle he will have to make to score points with Moller. I mean, Moller is getting past you anyway, doesn't really matter where, as he's struggling a little bit throughout castle section, and that might caught Lawson off guard there. Caught him off guard? I mean, is that a word? That is a word, I think. Not 100% sure. Sausage Joe now trailing by 3/10 on TTG Sean. TTG Sean, who's making a move down the inside into turn 16, as that will be moved done. Now Sausage Joe is having a heated battle with Sporty there. Sporty, who is in the Aston Martin car for today, as they will be having a 3-way, 4-way battle soon. Now Vamo pretty close to Don Fortington, as he has made the move already down the main straight. They won't have DRS yet, but I think Don Fortington was just like, this is not the guy I should be battling. He has already made the pit stop work. I'm not 100% sure if Don already did that. Moller, no way. No, it did Specky Cabbage. I thought it was Moller again. But there is a yellow flag. That won't be a safety car. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think it is, as it's already green flags. But Maddie, who is having a heated battle with Moller right now. Moller, who is actually having a lot of straight line speed today. Being able to keep Maddie right behind him, because they were going side by side throughout the first main straight there. Now Moller, who has a good run in turn 5, he might be able to look for a move there, as Maddie goes a little bit too deep into the corner. Moller was just keeping it clean there. Well, of course, keeping it clean with Cavalis, not outbreaking the McLaren driver, but it seems like Maddie was not really keeping any distance to the Alpine driver. Now both Alpine drivers, who usually seem to be in the top 5, both of them, seem to be in the barely in the top 10 today, as it is Moller in P10, Sausage Joe in P8. Ricky Republic, who is still having a heated battle with the Rudiger, and I think this is this is what we are going to see all day, every day during this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Now Moller pretty close to Cavalis. He might be able to make a move. Coming through turn 16, Cavalis, who has a way better exit throughout that corner, and now has a good run down the main straight. But once again, like we saw in Belgium, he doesn't have straight line speed. No, wait, it was not this league, right? Oh no, it was not this league. Haha, apologies guys. Or it might have been this league, not 100% sure. But yeah, we are seeing everyone making a move right now. TCG Sean defending the inside line on Sausage Joe. Sausage Joe, who has a better run coming through that corner. He has the medium tires selected. He won't be able to take these tires with him until the last lap of the race, but he most definitely will be able to gain a lot of positions, as he started on P14, if I'm not mistaken. He is currently finding himself in P7. Ricky Republic, who is still trailing by 4/10, might not be able to make the move work anytime soon, as we've got Vamo chasing down the Red Bull driver Marcel, as Marcel doesn't have a good run coming through that corner, but it was good enough to be able to keep the position through the castle section. Vamo, who has those new tires selected, pretty sure he won't be taking a move here through the castle section, as that is going to be Marcel still in P3 coming out of the castle section. I don't know how many times I've said castle section, but I'm going to say castle section one more time before coming into sector 3. I think I've said it 5 or 6 times. That makes you guys sure we were in the castle section. That is going to be 6. Vamo around 2/10 behind Marcel. Is he going to be able to make the move here down the main straight? I'm going to open up my Pepsi real quick to be able to take a quick sip out of that can before Vamo is going to be able to make the move. Down the main straight, Vamo with the help of DRS, with the help of ERS, And that will be moved on. I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to outbrake the Red Bull driver coming into turn 1 as he's got way fresher tires. Marcel's still trying to make the move. Might have gotten a clumsy corner there. Well, took the corner a little bit clumsy. We've got Sausage Joe caught up to Don Fortington already. He created the 2-second gap between himself and Sean already. As he has a good run, he has the DRS, and we might be able to see a move due to him having medium tires and having a good run out of turn 3. Turn 2 it was actually, apologies. And also because of DRS, you know. Sport has retired in the pit lane, as that will be a DNF. Unfortunately, but not a safety car, luckily. Ricky, still 6/10. He might not be able to make the move anytime soon. So I think he called a little bit of a track invalidation there. Lozozen, who's pretty close to Cavalli's at the moment. And you know, at a track like Azerbaijan, you really need to go into cockpit view a little bit more than other tracks, because look, there's not a lot of opportunities to to see the guys race again. And I mean, Matty Rabo pretty close to his teammate here, the Williams drivers, who will score a couple of points. No, I wasn't gonna say a lot of points, but I mean in P10 and P9 you're gonna be scoring 4 points at the maximum with the fastest lap included. But I don't think these guys will be taking fastest lap. Or will be thinking about the fastest lap. Because usually the guys who have the fastest lap have come into the pits to take either medium tires or soft tires at the end of the race. Or we're just really fast. And now Gandhi's flip-flops is making a move around the outside of Marcel due to the use of DRS. And that will be moved on. Maybe Marcel, if he has a good run. I think it would be Sausage Joe who is going to have a good run on Marcel in between 3/10. I mean, it would have helped if Marcel was not going to have the DRS, but he is. Oh, Sausage Joe with a good run coming through that corner. Might be able to throw it down the inside, but he's not going to. Very wise decision from the Alpine driver. He might be able to make a move here into turn 5. Marcel leaves the room, doesn't defend the inside line, and that will be moved on for Sausage Joe. One of the most beautiful moves we have seen today. Coming through turn 6, we saw Marcel a little bit struggling there. Now his next target is going to be Gandhi's flip-flops. I'm talking about Sausage Joe here, as he's got those fresh medium tires selected. And he created a big gap to Marcel, Don Fortington, and Mullerup already. As we might be able to see Marcel or Mullerup making a move on Don Fortington. 2/10s between the two. Yeah, he's going to be making a move down the main straight. I'm pretty sure of that. And then just boost through Sector 2 and Sector 1 to be able to create a gap on the AlphaTauri driver, Specky Cabbage, who seems to have overtaken Cavallis, who had a little incident in Sector 2. The end of Sector 2, actually. The Rudiger, who has been overtaken by Ricky here down the main straight, as that will be moved on. Now Mullerup making the move on Don Fortington, and we are also seeing into turn 1 that Sausage Joe is going to be making a move on Gandhi's flip-flops. So that will be moved on. Now the Rudiger is trying to chase down Ricky again. We're going to be having a quick look at the tire changes, as Famo has the freshest tires selected. And if there's not going to be any more safety car, Vamo might be taking the race win here today. He is only 2 seconds separated from the top 2. 1.8. And he won't have to worry about a pit stop anymore. He will be on 19 lap old hards at the end of the race, as these guys will be on fresh mediums, but they will have to close down a 20-second gap to Vamo, as they still have to come into the pits if there is not a safety car. Well, they will have to come into the pits anyway. If there is a safety car, they will have a little bit of an advantage. Because then probably everyone will come into the pits, including Vamo might be going on to the mediums at the end of the race. If there is a safety car, of course. So yeah, Vamo really has to hope for a clean, consistent race by everyone, and not too much battling. And I mean, Here on Azerbaijan, we usually see some dirty racing because there's not much room to make an overtake work. But today we've not really seen that, to be honest. I mean, there's not a lot of DNFs, only Sport and Carlos Killa who have DNF'd, but I don't think they have DNF due to an incident. So, I mean, if you take that in consideration, you can really base the talent from these guys of this race. If you like to join the league, make sure to, I mean, it will be probably somewhere somewhere in the biography or whatever of this channel. I might be able to put it in the description, but I will have to enter the description first and the channel and all that stuff, so I will take care of that after this race. Marcel now, who has a good run on Mollerup. I think Mollerup has made the move on Marcel though. 8/10 between the two, and he's still gaining. Yeah, this is going to be Marcel losing a position to Mollerup, and then Don Fortington, who's trying to chase down the gap between Marcel and himself, and only 6/10 between the two. Also TTG Sean, who's still keeping it consistent right behind his teammate. He has to watch out for dirty air though, coming into the castle section. You have a little bit of dirty air to work with, so you might have to brake a little bit earlier to not go into the wall there where we saw Charles Leclerc fucking up, where he said, "I am an idiot." I was gonna say I'm a loser, but he didn't say that, of course, but I thought he said it, but he didn't. Now Lozozen getting overtaken by Specky Cabbage. The Sausage Joe, he still has to take these tires for 11 more laps, and as I said with the strategy prediction, there is a lot of tire degrading rate. Well, the tire degrading rate is quite high here, so I don't think he's gonna be taking those laps until the end of the race. Still 10 more laps to go after this one, so 11 laps to be exact. Ricky Republic, he has the DRS. He might be able to go around the outside. The Rudiger leaves the room there. He defends the inside line, but he will go right behind the Mercedes driver again, as he wasn't able to defend the inside corner or the outside line from Ricky Republic, as he already made the move on the straight. You know, whenever you're side by side into a corner, you might be able to defend either the outside line or the inside line. But whenever he just has the pace down the main straight and made the move already before the corner was there, it doesn't matter what line you're taking, right? You might be able to take the inside line to outbrake the guy behind you and just make a block pass, if that makes sense. But into turn 3, that is a very dangerous risk to take, because if you make a block pass, the guy behind you will have to run a little bit wider, but into turn 3 there is not much room to run wider, so you will be running into the wall. And then you will be getting a penalty, you know, tracks like... Let me think of a good corner. Oh, I know a good one. Australia, that last chicane at the end of the Sector 3. Well, during Sector 3, coming into Sector 3. You know, you can easily make a block pass there, because the guy is able to turn a little bit wider because there's not a wall there. There might be a little bit of grass, but the guy at the inside will have the benefit, because he has the right to the corner. I mean, it also depends on how much further he is. The Rudiger now coming into the pits, he takes a brave risk if there's not anyone else coming into the pits. Actually, there's Marcel, but there's an early safety car. Well, a safety car right now, not an early safety car, because we saw that already. But if there's going to be a safety car right now, Ricky Republic is going to be winning this race. Or like at least be close to winning the race. He will be not losing 20 seconds or 30 seconds, or how many time the Rudiger actually lost. He will be only losing like 10. And that way, let's have a quick look here with the leaderboard. This is the fastest lap. Leaderboard. Alright, so the Rudiger is 18 seconds behind Ricky Republic. So he did a good job at undercutting the Mercedes driver, because he has already gained a lot of time here. But if there is a safety car, Ricky Republic is only going to lose 10 seconds. I mean, on average, probably, because everyone needs to drive a little bit slower. And then he will be either in P6, P7, P8, maybe even P5. No, P5 is going to be a little bit too difficult as Mollerup is too close to Ricky Republic there. But Vamo, I mean, Ricky Republic is also losing some time right behind Vamo. And I think the Rudiger took a wise decision coming into the pits already because he won't have to worry about Vamo being fast and being able to overtake. Right now, Ricky Republic might have taken a lot of inside lines throughout the corners, which makes you a little bit slower, as it seems like Ricky not coming into the pits. He is hoping for another safety car. You know what would be dirty? You know, Ricky Republic crashing out Vamo to cause a safety car to be able to come into the pits. That is a nasty thought of me. Apologies, but I mean, it would work though. It would work. Oh, Don Fortington and Gandhi both coming into the pits right now, as it seems like Marcel has overtaken them already. Actually, he didn't, so Marcel will be losing a couple of positions. I think one to Gandhi, but not one to Don Fortington, as I'm not too sure if Marcel was actually in front or behind Gandhi there. He might be behind anyway. The Lozosen and Calvalis, who are having a battle right now. Brave decision from Lozosen to go onto the soft tires. He might want that fastest lap on the board for the Alfa Romeo team. And in that case, Alpine will not get the point. But he won't be able to take these softs until the end of the race. I mean, still 8 more laps to go. That is a very brave decision from Lozosen, and he will be struggling. And he might be the one who is going to cause the safety car. Because soft tires will be overheating at the end of the race. Because you've been on them for a long time already. They will be degraded until like 50% or something. And if like 50% tires combined with a overheated tire, that is going to cause chaos. And it's going to cause you to spin. So we are seeing the Rudiger making a move on TTG Sean here. So he's going to be taking P6 again from the Williams driver. And now TTG Sean just has to benefit from the DRS he will be getting from the Rudiger here. So now we have to have a quick look. Sausage Joe coming into the pits. Will he go for mediums? Will he go for softs? He will be going for mediums. And let's have a quick look how many time he's going to lose in the safety car, in the pit lane. He will not be losing a position to Specky Cabbage. He might be losing a position to Gandhi's flip swaps. No way. Gandhi flip swaps is too far behind, as it will be a P7 for Sausage Joe. He might be able to make the move work on Sean. He might be able to make a move work on Ricky Republic, as he is still on his 18-lap-old hards. And I think I need to disappoint him a little bit. I don't think there's going to be a safety car anymore. And I hope this is not... I really hope this is not a commentator's curse. And there is going to be a safety car. But, I mean, you know, like... I'm not gonna jinx Vamo Neobel here. Neobel. I'm no idea how to pronounce that. Apologies, Vamo. Just gonna keep it with Vamo here. Marcel, the Red Bull driver. How many positions is he still able to gain here? I'm pretty sure he's gonna be able to gain one on Gandhi's flip-flops if he keeps it consistent. That name, come on, Gandhi flip-flops, Sausage Joe. Like Niall said last week, we are seeing some beautiful names here. I mean, Sport Razy, Carlos Killa. He is a real killer, but not on track, as he is a DNF once again. Ricky Republic now coming into the pits. We want to see how many time there was between Ricky and the Rudiger. I think it was like 12. So the Rudiger is definitely going to be gaining the position, as Matty Robbo is still trying to make the move on the Rudiger here. He is on 12-level medium, so it's quite cool that a Williams driver who was not able to qualify that well in the qualifying is able to battle with the Rudiger here. But the annoying thing for Ricky Republic is that he will have to worry about making the overtake on Matty Robbo. 8 seconds. The Rudiger took a 9-second lead on Ricky Republic. Ricky is on soft tires. He will have to work on these soft tires for 6 more laps, 7 more laps. 7, I think, probably. He might be able to gain the time, but I think medium tires are a little bit more consistent here, as he was hoping for a safety car, but it did not come out, as he's now currently having a battle with Sausage Joe, who has fresh mediums. And if I would take, well, if I would have to compare mediums on and softs on the Azerbaijan Grand Prix track, well, the Baku City Circuit track, I would take these medium tires anyway, any day. You know, medium tires are just so much nicer to work with because they don't overheat. Soft tires are the worst tire you can take during an F1 race, and I really hope that they're doing something with the tires next race. I mean next game in the F123 game, because it's not normal that nobody takes a soft tire in a qualifying, or not in a qualifying, but at the beginning of the race. Everyone is taking either mediums or hards. How? Explain that to me, please. Because there would be a chance of gaining some time on the soft tires, but nobody takes the soft tires because they're bad in the race, or bad at the beginning of the race. You know, the car slides all over the track and all that stuff, and it's just not fun to work with. Soft tires, of course. Even Ricky is struggling right now. He's not able to. I mean, how do I even describe this? He's not able to shake off the Alpine driver here. Sausage Joe, I mean, still trailing by 6/10 on the medium tires, and he's even going to be having the benefit at the end of the race, because Ricky Republic's tires will be dropped off. They will be on 5 lap bolts, probably like 40-50%. Sausage Joe's tires will only be around 30 or something, like 2 lap old mediums still to take into the race 5 more laps. It's nothing compared to those soft tires. So yeah, I mean, for the guys who have been on my channel for a long time already, I've streamed about 70-80 races. Every race I've said that the soft tires are the worst tire on this race, well, on this game. And it doesn't seem like a lot of people take that into account, as we're seeing 4 drivers on the soft tire right now. I mean, it's more safe to take the soft tires at the end of the race, but not at the beginning of the race. As we saw that nobody did that, actually. I think Lozosan did it. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just enjoying my Pepsi here, guys. There's not a lot of moves to be made anytime soon, as Marcel is stuck within 1 second of Gandhi, and Sausage Joe is stuck within 1 second of Ricky Republic, and they're just gaining that time again during the long straight, but not really during the corners. And it is a fine Sunday evening, but it is a little bit of a boring race. Sausage Joe has given up that 1 second gap. He just wants to keep it consistent. And you know, being in P5, you're still gaining 10 points. And we are seeing Moller up. Oh. The Rudiger has caught up to Moller up. 2 tenths, and this is most definitely gonna be a P2 from the Rudiger. Making a move down the inside now of the Alpine driver, and he will be taking that P2 any day, because Vamo just had a good strategy. I mean, still 4 laps actually, so he might be still able to make that gap close down a little bit. You know, Muller up in 1 sector, he already lost 1 second. So these 60 lap hold hards, which Vamo is running, are not really into his advantage. And we're going to be taking a quick look at the leader. How many time is the Rudiger gaining in one lap? He was like 5 seconds behind Vamo. And he needs to gain 1.5 seconds each lap to be able to make the move on Vamo. And the striking distance is really there. Like the striking distance, you know, which F1 is always doing, like striking distance possibility or whatever it's called. Like then there is a degree of how difficult it is. In my opinion, it is really in the green. Like, ooh, oh no, oh no, oh no, Vamo touches the wall there, might have... Oh no, never mind. I thought his front wing was broken. Like his... What is it called? Like the right side of his front wing. Left side. Well, it's how you take a look at it. If you take a look at the front of the car, it would be the left side. If you take a look from inside the car, it would be the right side. There we go. Good explanation by VB Thomas. Now, Vamo. He is 1.6 seconds slower than the Rudiger. Mollerup is 2 seconds slower than the Rudiger. So the Rudiger might be able to take the lead. Good chance. Well, good. How do you call it? Good. How do you say that? Good. Risk taken? How do you say that? Good. Fuck, I need to know. Good decision? Good try. Yeah, let's say good try from Vamo pitting very early during the race. I think the safety car came around lap 8, lap 9. Vamo came into the pits from mediums to hards to try and really make those hards work until the end of the race. As we are seeing Ricky being all the way in P4, he didn't really take the best decision here in Azerbaijan as he lost 2 positions. Sausage Joe, biggest winner of the evening. As I didn't I say that Sausage Joe was going to be the biggest winner? Didn't I say that? I think I did, right? Or did I say someone else? Oh, I can't remember. Oh no. Yeah, I think I said Sausage Joe. Yeah. Oh no, my prediction was Vamo in P2 and the Rudiger in P1. Oh no. Oh wait. This might be my first... Oh no, I said 3 safety cars. No way. I thought I was gonna have my first prediction through because my biggest loser was gonna be... Who was my biggest loser? Oh, Ricky Republic. It's not your bigged loser. It's Becky Cabbages. I mean, Ricky, actually, if you think about it, he had the race win in his bag all race, and I think he kind of fucked up during the strategy decision there. So it's a worthy discussion of blaming, well, not really blaming, but calling Ricky the biggest loser of the evening. It might be worth to discuss that, as there is still 1 lap to go after this one. Ooh, this is gonna be a last lap battle between Vamo and the Rudiger. What Vamo has to hope for is that the Rudiger is not gonna have the DRS during this main straight. Or maybe he is. Maybe he is. Because, you know, if the Rudiger is gonna be... Wait, I thought that there was an Alfa Romeo just driving the other side. Doesn't really matter. Alright, but... Maybe he is, because that way the Rudiger is going to be able to make the move down the main straight and make that move already work, as Gandhi is just losing some time. I think he lost coming into sector 2 there. And that way he will have the DRS down the main straight. But he's really gaining time here. Oh, I think the Rudiger's mediums are dropping off already by pushing so much. He's not going to have DRS. So Vamo, last lap battle. This is really exciting. The Rudiger is gaining a little bit down the main straight, but how many DRS do the guys have? Ooh, Vamo has 0. Oh, so has the Rudiger. All right, guys, we don't have to worry about the DRS for the Rudiger right now. He might be able to make the move work already. And are we gonna see some DRS actions come into play. Is Vamo going to slow down and let the Rudiger go through to capture that DRS? Oh, that would be an amazing master plan, which I would be executing 100%. But I'm not too sure if Vamo is going to do the same. Let those Argentinian brains work, Vamo. Oh, Ricky Republic is pretty close to Muller up too. He will be making the move anytime soon. I mean, soft tires compared to 18, 19 level hards, it's gonna be worth a shot. And Muller up, actually, he gained a lot of positions too. You know, he came all the way from being last to P3 at the moment, possibly being P2. But we're gonna be focusing here on this battle. All right, Vamo is not gonna let him go through. When is the DRS zone? The DRS zone is right coming out of turn 19. We have to focus on 2 races. This is not fun. 4 tenths for the Rudiger. Oh no, Vamo is not gonna let him go through. Vamo is not gonna let him go through. He's just gonna battle it out track, on track. That Rudiger. Oh my god, this is gonna be so close. Vamo is gonna take the race win here. Vamo is gonna take the race win. No, it's gonna be side by side. It's gonna be side by side. It's gonna be side by side. Vamo takes the race win. Oh my days, and who takes P3? Who takes P3? It's gonna be Muller up. Ricky is just gonna go off throttle. He has to be happy with a P4. My heart is racing at the moment. But Vamo took the race win with only 46 thousandths away from the Rudiger. Muller up is happy to take a P3 here, as he was all the way at the bottom of the grid. Ricky Republic in P4. Then we have Sausage Joe with a good combat race after not qualifying in a P5. Marcel having a pretty decent race together with Don Fortington in P6 and P7. Matty in P8, he gained 2 positions, if I'm not mistaken. And then we've got Cappy Cabbage. There we go. Specky Cabbage in P9 and Gandhi's flip-flops. Unfortunately, he crashed during the second last lap in Sector 2, I think it was, coming into turn 5 and 6, if I'm not mistaken. And we have Lozosen in P11. He's coming across the line to just drop out of the points. You know, it's good to see that he was consistent, you know. And also Kavalis, I mean, he can be happy that he finished the race. A lot of people don't even finish Azerbaijan Grand Prix, so just keeping it consistent and you're able to gain a lot of positions, you know. I mean, this is something to keep you positive, you know. You're able to finish an Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and this is something to take with you to the other races during this season. There are still 10 more races to come, as we're only past a third of the season already, of the calendar, as we will be seeing Vamo coming on the podium right now to capture a P1 and his podium. The Rudiger with the fastest lap at 141.5. He just destroyed all the other guys. The only guy who came pretty close was Ricky Republic with a 141.9, probably on those soft tires, but the Rudiger is going to get 1 more point on the board. Muller up in P3, then we've got Ricky Republic in P4, Sausage Joe in P5. Further, we've got Marcel, Don Fortington, Matty Bravo, Specky Cabbage, Gandhi's Flip-Flop, Lozosen, Cavalis, Sean, who unfortunately DNF'd if I'm not mistaken, or retired from the session, not 100% sure, Sport, Razy, and Carlos Kila. So congratulations to everyone who has made the end of the finish line. I'm gonna be closing down the stream here, as I thank you very much for watching to Formula Racing League Season 6 Round 5 of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. As it was an amazing race. We had, well, the last couple of laps were a little bit boring, except for, well, from lap 20 until lap 23 or something was boring, but then 23 and 26 made the whole race. We had a 46 thousandths of a gap between P1 and P2. We had 4 tenths between Mollerup and Ricky, but I think it's just because Ricky just went off throttle. Otherwise, it would have been within 1 tenth too. Oh, guys, this was a crazy race. I don't know what to say about it, but I'm going to be shutting down the stream here. Thank you very much for watching. This was VB Thomas. Make sure to check out my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel whenever you would like to. to see more of these races. Thank you very much for watching. This was VB Thomas. Peace out.